cared more about this proactively when it was going on, had we criminal defense organized around this, we could have pushed this to the forefront of the POTUS's head, right? So now while he around here pandering, running around trying to get motherfuckers to vote for him and stuff, right? Well, we wouldn't have to be trying to say, hey, Marilyn Mosby, will you please? Oh, we're trying to do a last-ditch effort. Come on to my show so we can try to get his attention, blah, blah, blah. No! He would know! This is a smart, strategic move for your campaign. Had we done that before he was ever campaigning, and they knew that we was on the black community was concerned about Marilyn Mosby, right? It would have been like, ooh, strategically, I'm telling his campaign manager we're here. Listen, coming from another campaign manager would have seen that. I'm like, oh, damn, this is smart. Hey, we're going to pardon her, right? Right. Down at the end, we're going to pardon her, blah, blah, blah. That's going to be a good look for us. The black community's concerned. That's going to gain us some points. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that we cannot let mainstream media give us the thoughts that they want us to have, okay? Do you know what really grinds my gears and what really pisses me off? And I really just wanted to talk about this. And so I know it is, I think this happened back on May 28th, and I have been doing research on this, and I just didn't have time to get it out beforehand. But I really want to have a conversation about Marilyn Mosby, right? Because Marilyn Mosby, and if you don't know, that is the Baltimore, she was the Baltimore city attorney, district attorney, and she was the one of the first black women, right, to get in that role, and she got in there a little bit after Freddie Gray had been killed by police and nothing had been done. And so when she got into office, there was another police killing, right? And it was just fishy as hell. All around. It was horrible. Like, you know, they stopped here and got out, claimed they didn't put him in the seatbelt, claimed, you know, his neck is broken, stuff, talking about he did it to him. Said, come on now. Shit that just nobody would believe but racist motherfuckers who want to pretend like, injustice doesn't live in this system. And so, anyway, so, just like a lot of black law girls I know, peep game first, right? You're gonna see it like, oh, okay. But it just depends on what type of person you are. You one of those ones who gonna ride the fence. You one who's gonna be quiet, try to go along to get along, because you want to keep going to all the little parties and getting invited, and or you want to be held in high regard among your peers, whatever the fuck it is. You got people who just won't do anything about it. But Marilyn Mosby got in that position, and she was young. She was a young person at that time that got elected, and had come from the civil world, I want to say, right? I think she was doing insurance and whatnot. And so anyway, sis gets in and that happens, and she's like, oh heck no, she started asking questions, she started like trying to investigate into it like the district attorney's office should do, right? And so, especially when it comes to the police. And so she starts looking into it and ends up asking for more info, and she's just getting blockages from all around. And then it's there's a lot of different things that went on as she was investigating, and just was trying to nothing added up, right? Nothing added up. But there were clearly people trying to cover, people coming up with different things. They had a guy that supposedly was on the other side and said, yes, he did it to himself. And then when they looked into him, he was actually a snitch, working for the police. So obviously we can't trust shit you're saying. And so anyway, sis brings down charges on him. You know what I'm saying? She's like, shit, it is what it, we're prosecuting. It just is, and so, and back in that time frame, I think it was like 2012, 2013, 2014. I have the dates and I'm gonna write them in the caption. But she literally, she got woo child, tore her apart. Oh, we hate you, blah, blah, blah. They sending this woman death threats. They doing all this different shit just because she doing her damn job, holding motherfuckers accountable, right? oh my gosh, she can't do this, blah, 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 blah. She's the worst. A, B, C, D, F, G. So, all right, cool. Boom. That happens. And she does not end up being able to prosecute them. Well, she's unsuccessful in the prosecution. And people are like, oh, she did a bad job. She should have done better, blah, 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 blah. All the shit, because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Especially if you're a black woman, right? Because you're at the bottom of the totem pole. How dare you, right? Do anything. And so, yeah, she's unsuccessful. So then they talk shit about her for that. Right? She's one of the first to ever do it. And it has to be a first, right? And you got a little, there are no losses. There are only lessons, right? There are only other people that can get better in doing exactly what she was trying to do. And there are people who are successful in that. So, boom, right? What's going on? George Floyd, right? So that's a successful prosecution. And yes, there was a lot of years. However, right, there had to be a first, because wasn't nobody getting held accountable for killing black people at first. All right? No police. They were doing whatever they wanted. All right, cool. So we're on the same page here. And so, she then ends up, life goes on, whoop de woo, like shit, people forget stuff, or, some people forget stuff, right? What I tell you, damn community got short memories, and that's a damn problem. DAMN stands for disproportionately affected, marginalized minority, right? The DAMM, D-A-M-M community. And so, and I talked about that in my other videos about why our memories are short, overworked, underpaid, doing a lot, blah, blah, blah. Go look at them if you need more context on that. But the other side, their memories ain't short. No. Their memories aren't short at all, baby. And listen, baby, they have been waiting for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, woo, child, another election was about to come up, and it was like, hey, and it was the election in it was the 2020 election, right? And so don't forget, we're going through COVID. We're going through all this stuff. And sis is just like, living her life, and she ends up during COVID now, again, she's been working for the government for quite a while now. She got, she's clearly financially savvy, knows how to, she's saving aggressively in her 401k or whatnot, whatever state pension, whatever she ended up having with the state, right? She's saving heavily in that, and she takes out some money to buy a home in Florida, right? And baby, here's the problem. This is why I be trying to tell y'all. This is here. Okay, you black girl, how dare you come in here and really try to make real change? But okay, we're gonna let you have it. We're gonna let you have it, but bitch, we on your ass watching everything you do, because you work for the government, baby, and the government should be in our pocket. The government is us, so we're on you. And it ain't nothing more that we hate than a person who works for the government, a black person who works for the government, who has too much leisure money to spend. Right? Because what did I say? What do I always say? You got to be broke. They want you to be overworked. They want you to be tired, struggling for your life for you to be a public servant. And especially if they paying you a nice little penny, right? It's like, oh, no, baby, you better not be able to do it. Okay. However, we got mayors, we got politicians, we got them taking advantage of old people. I mean, doing all type of stuff. Got businesses on businesses on businesses, money on top of money, named after parkways and all this type of stuff. I'm talking about old money. No issue with them, right? All right, cool. Now, let's get into sis, though. Don't forget, sis applies for a hardship during COVID, right? For whatever reason. Don't know what her story is or whatnot, or whatever it is, but she speaks with somebody first. And the term hardship or whatever, none of that shit was defined. It was just all coming, fast, blah, 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 whatever. as you remember how COVID was. And so anyway, apparently she, got a hardship or apply for a hardship or something something of that nature. But, she was still making her regular salary during that time frame. And also during that time frame, she took some money from her, savings, right, that she had been. But yeah, anyway, so she did these very, she did these things, and she did minor things, right? Okay. So I had to pull up the document. Wait, this is how I stopped so I could go ahead and pull this up, because listen. All right. It says that Marilyn Mosby was convicted on one count of making a false mortgage application in February. And she was convicted of 2 counts of perjury in November. According to the evidence presented at trial, in February 2021, Mosby made a false statement in an application for a $428,400 mortgage to purchase a condominium in Longboat Key, Florida. As part of the application, Mosby falsely stated that she had received a $5,000 gift from her husband to be applied to the purchase of the property. According to the evidence presented at trial, Mosby made this statement in order to secure a lower interest rate. According to the evidence presented at trial, Mosby did not receive a $5,000 gift from her husband, but rather transferred $5,000 to him, and he then transferred the $5,000 back to her. And because of that, she faced a maximum of 30 years in federal prison for making a false mortgage application, right? And so it goes on to say that on November 9th, 2023, Mosby was previously convicted on 2 counts of perjury related to the withdrawal of funds from the city of Baltimore's deferred compensation plan, claiming that she suffered adverse financial consequences during the COVID-19 pandemic while she was Baltimore City State's attorney. Mosby faces a maximum sentence of 5 years in federal prison for each of the 2 counts of perjury. Miss Mosby's conduct undermines the confidence the public deserves to have in their government officials, said acting special agent in charge of the FBI's Baltimore field office. Spit on the ground. The jury's decision holds Miss Mosby accountable for disregarding the laws she swore to uphold. The FBI works diligently to ensure that anyone who engages in fraud and corruption will be held accountable for their bad acts. And so, except the fucking president of the United States. But okay, whatever. So, prosecutors successfully argued that Mosby withdrew $90,000 from her city deferred compensation plan under false pretenses in order to buy 2 vacation homes in Florida. She also lied on the home mortgage applications. And so they say because she claimed she withdrew it due to financial hardships during the COVID-19 pandemic, but they're basically saying, oh, there's no way you could have had a hardship because you got your full salary and also a $9,000 raise. And so, your black ass shouldn't have any other need for any other money outside of that. Right? There's no way you have more of a hardship. Right? There's no way other things. So, okay, boom. Let's keep going. The government, so that first one came from www.justice.gov, right? Talking about the federal jury convicts former Baltimore City State's attorney Marilyn Mosby. Now, next, the article talked about www.wmar2news.com, WMAR2news.com. The government is seeking forfeiture that would amount to nearly $1 million when the only conduct at issue is a false $5,000 gift letter. Mosby's public defender wrote in court documents. Now, the fact that she, went forward with a public defender, there's a lot we could have a conversation about there, right? I mean, she is a black law girl, and she probably felt like, shoot, I can, best represent myself in this case or whatnot, or I can assist or whatnot. But I don't know what the thought process was, but whatever. That's what occurred. And The conduct is non-violent and limited in time and scope. One misrepresentation impacting a fraction of the down payment, 10%, even less of the total purchase price, 1% on a single loan application has not put the mortgage company at substantial risk of harm. The harm here is minimal, if any. Public was not harmed. No individual was harmed. The government was not harmed. Right? Like, but, January 6th, 2021, we knew, there was a whole insurrection, baby. And the whole U.S. was harmed. But, okay, let's keep going. But they finna get pardoned, right? Oh, okay. My bad. It says, our lawyers are arguing that forfeiture of the loan boat key home would take away not only her sole significant asset, but it would also take away a source of income, which is significant given that her livelihood, her law license is in jeopardy. Without the home, she will be unable to earn rental income on the property to support herself and her daughters. Mosby team also claims she already forfeited her Kissimmee home, down in Orlando. While she made $150,000 profit on that sale, a significant portion of that money went to pay legal bills, right? With that sale, she also forfeited the ability to earn additional profits on that home. Today, that property is worth an additional $100,000 to $200,000 value, a value Ms. Mosby will never recoup. So anyway, sentencing was scheduled for May 23rd. And Mosby was facing up to 40 years behind bars. Prosecutors have called for her to serve 20 months, while the defense has asked for no jail and probation. And so, okay. Let's get to the point. The real point is this. While she was fighting this case, right? While she was going through this, right? Whatever reason she wanted to utilize a public defender. That's her business. You know what I mean? Anybody, that's your business. However, for me, this should have garnered way more attention while she was fighting that case. Right? That is why we created a method. MEFN created a method called criminal defense organizing. We need to organize around cases in real time, but the problem is we don't do that because people truly believe that, oh, that person is guilty. They had to have done something. Listen, we have got to double down on the innocent until proven guilty mindset. Okay? I'm talking about churches. I'm talking about old school people. We have got to stop throwing our people out there and not supporting them just because they have a fucking charge. That is the way they control black people, okay? And that is the way they control your perception, you, other black people, of black people, okay? So while Marilyn Mosby was going on through this, what the hell were all the black leaders? Why are we not discussing this more? Why are they not calling for us to come out and stand with her and watch the process and actually, and talk about it in real time as it's going on? Because had we done that while she was going through this shit, right? We wouldn't be waiting until 2024 now trying to get a pardon from Biden. What we would have done was effectively and proactively organize around it all of the black leaders and let the White House know, let all of these elected officials know this is important. This is not okay because this is one of our soldiers who actually stood up in the beginning holding people accountable, police accountable for killing black people, unarmed, right? And so now here we are with a woman who needs to be protected by any means necessary. But no, she was being preyed on the whole time, baby, after she made that decision. They had already decided they was going to be fucking with her over and over, baby. She is the one who actually gave them the information because they started, listen, there was like shit going on, things being said or just little things being said. And she was like, oh no, here, check all my documents. I'm good. I'm legit. And she gave them her documents to look. No, she didn't have to do that. Now, no. Because they're not entitled to look at your motherfucking shit. They're going to look at that. Listen, let them look at what they can find. But she gave them certain things to look at, right? And so, showing she didn't think she had done anything wrong, right? She didn't think she was doing anything wrong. She had consulted with financial advisors, right? And so, at the end of the day, when you look at things of this nature, and we're sitting here talking about a pioneer in the black community, where's the protection? Right? Black women in defense of ourselves at all times. Leading the way, taking the charges, making sure that we are the ones pioneering this shit. Right? When nobody else will say a damn word, everybody else, you get some of... Oh, Courtney, don't go. Baby, I was about to go on down through there with y'all. I'm about to tell y'all some real shit. But listen. Woo! Had we cared more about this proactively when it was going on, had we criminal defense organized around this, we could have pushed this to the forefront of the POTUS's head, right? So now while he around here pandering, running around trying to get motherfuckers to vote for him and stuff, right? Well, we wouldn't have to be trying to say, hey, Marilyn Mosby, will you please? Oh, we're trying to do a last-ditch effort. Come on to my show so we can try to get his attention, blah, blah, blah. No! He would know! This is a smart, strategic move for your campaign. Had we done that before he was ever campaigning, and they knew that we was on the black community was concerned about Marilyn Mosby, right? It would have been like, ooh, strategically, I'm telling his campaign manager we're here. Listen, coming from another campaign manager would have seen that. I'm like, oh, damn, this is smart. Hey, we're going to pardon her, right? Right. Down at the end, we're going to pardon her, blah, blah, blah. That's going to be a good look for us. The black community's concerned. That's going to gain us some points. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that we cannot let mainstream media give us the thoughts that they want us to have, okay? We have got to be the ones, right? We paint the narrative. They want to push this narrative in front of us. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. That doesn't matter. What? I know exactly why you're doing this. The reason you are doing this is because that woman prosecuted them officers in the very beginning, and she set off a little domino roll, right? And when you hit the dominoes and they start falling all over, it's like, oh, other people think they can do it. Ooh, somebody else gonna try it now. Ooh, and that is what it is. And so they took her out, right? Started you have this issue going on, or, we're doing an investigation and blah, 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 blah over fuck shit. Fuck shit. I'm talking about literally in these different, down the street, right? In Manchester, Tennessee, there was a whole damn judge that just overdosed in the backseat of his car. Let me give you context. Talking about checking a damn wrong box. No. Black women are the least protected, least respected. That leaves us the most vulnerable. Right? And in spite of knowing that, still nobody shows the fuck up. And that's going to have to stop. That definitely stops with, tune into the Black Law Girl rant, because baby, we in defense of the black woman here, okay? We in defense unequivocally of the black woman, right? The visionary, that pioneer, that one that's calling out, right? Paving the way. I'm going to sit there and leave her out to dry. I'm disgusted. What the hell is the NAACP? Where was any of these damn people? Why were we not talking about this back when she was going through it? Should have been organizing a protest or something back then or something. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm very annoyed. This saddens me. It saddens me because guess what? It sends a chilling effect to others. And that's the intention, to send a chilling effect to other little prosecutors that may be trying to come up and actually want to do the right thing, right? Instead of going along to get along, it sends a message like, hey, you better not. You better not. Stay in your place. We as a black community have to do better. We got to do better for us. Okay? That's what that means. They don't mean, oh, I'm going into a motherfucking market and buying a shirt. Yeah, that's part of it too. That means showing up when ain't nobody else gonna show it. That means seeing what it is before, right? Seeing what it is before the conviction. It's having an innocent until proven guilty mindset. That's what this means, y'all. That is what this means. So yes, today's In the Car rant is about Marilyn Mosby and why we do not use more effective, proactive criminal defense methods when we know that the criminal justice system incarcerates us at a rate 6 times more than the white majority. So that means that this is equivalent to slavery. This is how you control the black community. And the way we control you is to make you hate criminals make you hate. Oh, you hate. That's a criminal. That's a criminal. They got a charge. They're a criminal. No, they're innocent until proven guilty. Put that in your mind and don't forget it.